Right, so I've been forced home because of all these setups, so it's basically just hit 2 o'clock on the 12th of the 6th, 2024, because how bad it's been today with a threat sneezing in my face and putting every fucking phone in my fucking direction to cause radiation poisoning has meant I've had to come home. So initially it was loud bikes to erections, and now we've got the fucking banging in sequence to threats like you molested Sadie, and then I'm being told, oh, you didn't wear a Johnny or whatever. But before they start moaning about wearing Johnnies or whatever, regardless of the situation, because there's nothing applicable with me there, let's look about when I was sexually abused as a child. Well, there was never any Johnnies, so perhaps people want to stop fucking getting nasty about Johnnies, and why is everyone a single mother when they're fucking 18 years of age or younger? Explain that one. So far there's been 27 loud bikes, time wanking. I'm getting fucked off with it. Gunshot sound. Child molester break his hands, said. Right, burning and eye problems have started. But the other thing I want to mention, we've got our vehicle outside again, which we had the other evening, and we've got a load of fucking threats mistaking me as Sven, threatening to smash my windows in, to break in, to knife me fucking dead, to bash my fucking brains out, to smash me up in a fight, and so on. So I might have to do a recording if I have to. On the audio, there you go, you can hear the revving. Break-in, raped her, said. You're being shot down, brain size of a fucking pea, said. Outside. Right, it's the 12th day, and reaching a black and blue sick grey white, but also that knife shape. Sexual black and blue white, black, let's get ready to rip you to pieces and fucking knife you down. The government going absolutely fucking ballistic, going fucking absolutely wild with it. I'm photographed so that I'm going to be knifed, so that's the power of Jesus. Penis shoots up some motorbike time, and a row of about 100 black and blue cars managed to get the rest of the shop with no problems. Right, penis shoots up, it's a loud bike. Sick cunt, as having a robbery, said. Right, it's bike up on bike. Sick cunt, dead, robbery, being shot down, said from threat outside. But it's done at a time when the fucking pen runs out of ink, and when all the fucking other problems like going toilet and my fucking penis going to loud bike timed. Trying to look for my digital audio recorder and motorbike time to erection needs to rep shoot dead Justin, you child molester. Breaking in, you child molester. Beaten to death. Woohoo. Robbery, you child molester, said. Well, I'm trying to clean the cooling fan out. The dust from the cooling fan. I just can't do it because my woolly's being pushed about with, or forced about with a loud bike. I'm getting fucked off with it. Smash him in with a HIV needle, said. You're Sven, Justin, definitely having a break-in, said. Getting a robbery, Justin, I'm gonna fucking shoot you dead, don't give a fuck, Justin, said. Penis shooting urges, impulses, sexual excitement through the penis. Another 100 loud bikes or so. Penis shoots up, so motorbike has to rev, smash you in, Justin. And dead meat, Justin. My willy's all over the place with loud bikes today, but I'm trying to get to fucking say that the banging's already started. There's been about 50 to 70 bangings, anything from shooting you fucking dead to breaking in repeatedly, and child rapists and fucking raped her or whatever. Well, we've reached about 500 loud bikes to erections now. I get really fucked off with it, and there's been a lot more door slamming and threats. Shot dead, bash you in. Shot dead, Justin, said. Right, so we're about 200 bangs in sequence to threats, getting a bit pissed off of it. But you know, the creator's a cruelty bastard. Stephanie Josh Child Abuser said. And roughly about another 100 loud bikes tied to erections and itchy bumhole. Yeah, my fucking willy's high, Christ. My fucking willy's high up over fucking bike, Christ. I fucking tell you that, you cruelty bastard. And you get fucked off with it. We've hit about 700 loud fucking bikes to erections today. And we just got a persistent flow of fucking banging to say I'm gonna fucking smash you in, knock your fucking head off, fucking rip your fucking face apart, fucking inject you with HIV, smash your fucking face in with a knife, and fucking break in and fucking shoot you dead, and etc. on sexuality. That's happened about another 200 fucking times. 6 hours of burning. No, I'm getting a lethal fucking injection. Well, my lethal injections are fucking proper murder, not coward substance like HIV. We're looking at stuff like fucking weed killer. Breaking in, simple, said, but when a specific staff worker is on duty overnight, basically said. Right, laptop's buckled up, fucking broken backwards, bent backwards, fucked up, screwed up, the internet's fucking sizzled down. Tried doing an alternative to what I'm doing. Back, going in a wheelchair, fucking screwed up, back's fucking bent, fucking everything goes fucking buckled and screwed up, and we're at this position I am at the moment. So there we are. God wants me to be with someone that's not a very good suggestion, and obviously God wants to take the piss out of me. God can get away with it. God can insult me. God can do this. God can really take the piss. God can get nasty. God can get vicious. God can attack me. God can murder me. God can rape me in my next life and destroy me in my next life and get a viper to kill me after I've been raped as a child before I'm old enough to have sex, right? Nothing I can do about it. Bug my computer for an hour. Right, I can't say what curse has just occurred because it would cause offence to my father. But basically, I can't say what it is. I'm not going to say what it is. And on top of that, we've got a load of braking threats and more loud bike issues. Smash you in, Justin. Barwick said. Fucking fruitcake. Sick. Savan character dying of cancer, Magnetron said. After 6 or 7, about 8 hours of torture, we now got the smell of unflushed toilet, smell of shit. Someone says I'm going to have to be shot, so I'm looking forward to Jesus raping the guts in and out of me as a child in my next life through adults that fuck the guts out of me while I'm like a piece of water jelly on the fucking floor. Nothing I can do about it, and then once I reach about the age of 10, before I'm old enough to have sex, Jesus Christ will stake me with a fucking knife or commit murder on me or get a viper to fucking bite me to fucking death. Right, so there's been a plethora of you're being shot dead, sick cunt being shot dead, just or whatever else. There is a specific film that people have been mentioning on the internet over the last 15, 20 years or whatever. I can't remember what the title is of the film, but it goes on about Job's life, who is basically some person that's mentioned in the King James Bible, the Holy Bible. But basically, to cut a long story short, Job had a bad life, and he lived up to see the Creator God before his death, and people were told that he was going to ascend with God to a nice place like heaven or wherever it was he went to. But that wasn't the case, because once he departed from earth and left all those people behind, the Creator turned against him in a sly way and threw him in the fire of hell to burn forever and ever. So I'm told it's an interesting film, so I'm trying to look for it and I can't find it, so I don't know why I've done away with that, but I would have liked to have seen it. Justin, you realise you've got no life, you've got to be shot dead, Justin, and that you're a worthless piece of shit, and that you're only going to cause trouble as you get older because you haven't had sex. So all we're going to have to do is shoot you dead. You've got to go, get rid of you. You're the fucking person that we need out of the way. If you're out of the way, that's the best thing we can fucking do. You're just a fucking piece of sick shit, said, or something like that. Gunshot sound, and Justin, you haven't been fucking molested at all, said. Break in. Raped Sadie, Justin, said. 7:16 AM. Robbery paedophile banned. Now back to erection. And breaking in bow whistled. Fuck off, Justin, and 40 more bangs in sequence to the threats. And fuck off, Justin, you pedo, said. Everything gone, Justin, said. Right, accusations claiming that I stole Sam's push bike and saying that oh dear, Justin stole Sam's push bike, said, so perhaps I need to fucking smash a fucking knife in someone's face to get the fucking facts right before fucking shit stirring making lies up. He's having a fucking break-in, weirdo. Being shot dead, said. Sam's bike, reason you're getting fucking knifed in the fucking back and smashed in and having a break in your flat, said. Well, I've never fucking stole his bike. Everything's fucking gone, Just, said. Penis shoots up, so robbery dead meat just has to be revved by a bike. Dead meat just being knifed. Knifing you fucking dead, Just, and then burning from energy weapons begins after 8 hours of it yesterday as well. Made the biggest mistake ever. You stole Sam's bike, said. Gonna fucking blind him with Tron, said. Having a fucking break-in. Nothing left, said. Justin said. Messing up, Just. And then, as a separate threat, molested Sadie, said. Tron said. In the same way I said it. You fucking messed up, Just, said. This is the reason you're having a fucking break-in, said. Penis up's a loud bike. Messing up, said. Smashing him in, don't give a fuck, said. Dead, said from outside. Intense burning starts to begin again. Jabbing him with AIDS. and the smell of shit, flushed toilet smell. Bow whistles. Willie up, it's a loud bike time, go in kitchen. Knife attack coming, Justin. Yes, it's you, I know, said. Potato head, go anyway, having a robbery, said. Not gonna be fucking walking, said. Black over drain cover walking out. Seagull says, being stabbed, ha ha ha. White sexual car. Black grey, bonus and motorbike. Yellow, red, sick, black and blue cars, and then several hundred black and blue cars or whatever, and Kex bag, and Gap top, and then Nike top. 4 started cars, 8 sale calls at me, and 1 mild threat. They're doing what they fucking done yesterday. There's about 40 phone calls at the bus station. I'm walking to the bus station and I can't get to where I want to go. They want to execute me with radiation poisoning. The government want to put the plot into execution. Yeah, very clever. Now we're looking at around about 60 sale calls in my direction. Also, there's been a lot of buggies as well, so I say a lot of push chairs, so about roughly 20 to 30, but not counted, just a rough guide. Right, ginger hair person sneezes at me, flu, and a cell call at me. Right, so to cut a long story short, while on the bus, it's just about just a load of sexual cars, grey sexual cars with lights on, and motorbikes with lights, and tied to an erection, or tied to an itchy bumhole, milky farm bound, and sexual included, and that's about it at the moment. But there is some really negative news. The blue skies and sun, sex in the sun. Black sexual car with light on, and they've deliberately opened the sky up only to be where I am again, to cause it to be a sexual curse of sunshine. Well, like I said, Laura nor Laura curse is not going to happen. The creators fucking knifed me to the fucking floor, okay? So there's been a loud bike timed pissing, and then they timed a granny midget in my direction. They've been doing that a lot lately. So basically they just want to fucking start war, saying you're a sick cunt because you don't fancy a granny. But it gets better, because they've only timed a child aged about 8 to 10 that looks identical to Lisa Pike, and the same sort of skin attraction. So, you know, same sort of looks, literally identical looking to Lisa Pike for roughness in skin and shingles attraction, or whatever you want to nickname it, as my enemies do. Literally identical looking to Lisa Pike, except in a child aged about 8 to 10. Right, sick cunt mental case while trying to photograph and sing in the church, said from outside. Dribbling bow whistles, being knifed, fancy Lyra, said outside the church. Total loony, fucking bash him in, said. You can see the malevolence where God doesn't want me to take pictures because I've got to see a bird tweeting, bash him in, sick cunt and child rapist, etc. There's some writing that says, sexy grape tree girl. So what does that mean? I know what grapes are and what a grape tree is, but I don't know what the plural definition of the piece of information that I saw written on the, what you call it. Well, there we are. The car pulls up where I am, so I can't take a picture of what I want to take a picture of because I'm being diverted with control force. Right, the bastard's staying there, I can't take a picture of the old signpost. Nothing I can do about it, he's stuck there. Right, so there's been some police sirens, and then straight after that, there's a teenager aged about 13 or 14 who's pregnant with her baby literally coming right out early. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I'm 43, how am I going to fucking find someone that's not a single fucking parent and a stale piece of shit that's fucking used and fucked by everybody? Pass with a pip car and a tag on the back of a window of a car saying, on your bike, mate. There's actually been 3 minutes without any cars on a country lane, which is the first time that's occurred since 2023. I think it's about September, October 2023. Anyway, there's just one car that's passed and it says Maria on it, if that's applicable to anything. Uh-oh, van. And that's a Lacy Shoes car. Shoe Zone written on the back of that car. When I said Shoe Zone is written on the back of the car, I meant it's like a big sticker that's on the back of the car. But because I've only just seen the car, I didn't recognise it quickly enough to state it as it's meant to be. I've just walked into a sexy lady in her early 30s. She's actually smiled at me. She looks very similar to Amy Weston's mother, Heather Weston. But I'm trying to think of a celebrity I can put that to. I can't think of anyone I can put it to describe what she looks like, but it would have been when Heather Weston had smooth skin and sexual looking appearance in her face, but not as stern looking as Heather Weston. Just to recap on this Amy Weston business, I knew her when I was living in North Perriton when I was a kid, and I was friends with her for a short period of time before she went over to her friends called Mike, and then she turned against me and fell out with me. And then years later I saw her when she was about 11 or 12, and she was talking about having sex with her boyfriends at the time, as I was delivering a table back with my Uncle Robert, and he dropped me off to go to North Perriton, and why he did that before picking me back up. She's made a few remarks. She didn't recognise who I was, and she basically made a few remarks at me. And then obviously in 2001 I moved back to North Perriton. I tried to get to know her, but I couldn't because she was not interested, so I was mostly speaking to her younger brother, Callum Evans, to try and get to know Amy, but it all later turned out nasty, and obviously everyone on the estate turned against me. Then the music industry was twisted against me, but at the time they didn't realise that it was twisted against me. I didn't even know the music industry was playing a part in my life, and things calmed down for a while. As soon as my dad moved from North Perriton, everyone in North Perriton turned against me, so every time I visit North Perriton it kicks off like shit, and people threaten me like it was back in the days when they turned against me before the music industry was twisted against me. At the time I didn't think it was twisted against me, but obviously it was. But I didn't really know what was going on, to be fair. It's all confusing, but yeah, there's a lot of negative black and blue timed. There seems to be another shoe car. It says tie your shoes. Well, my shoes are pretty much tied, so I don't know why they're suggesting that. Full rage van, black and blue sick white cars, and whatever else timed across that road. Penis shoots up, so loud bike, and then jump the track t-shirt. Right, so I've been bitten by a tick, so I just had to deal with that. But just before that, there was a robbery looking vehicle, and basically a suggestion, I can't remember what the name of the van is, but basically a couple of vans. It was basically a suggestion to say you're being injected with HIV needle. Crow says, child molester just, you definitely raped her. And then it says, child molester just raped her. I think the van said Cleopatra or something like that. I'm not aware of the word. I don't know what it means. And police sirens. Right in that gap to the road you can hear. There was a van that said end of your time. Penis shoots up, so loud bike again. The blue lorry that's passed it says Knights Old. It's spelled K-N-I-G-H-T-S, and then it's old. I think the old is spelled normally. Right, so there's been a bucket carried. I've reached the road, just about to get on there now. But as I went to reach the road, there was a vehicle timed that had a picture of basically a knife in someone's back, in a woman's back. And obviously I'm a man, but the suggestion's not good. I think Amy on the car in a couple of minutes. I was on that road, about 2 minutes, and Wayne van. I had to stop the recording because there's people about, but I wanted to say that also in that 2 minutes I was on that road, I was getting a thought in my head straight after that, thinking, well, you're fucking about with the past, and things that are no good for me in the past are not been good enough, or no sex, all that sort of stuff. So I just think in my head, so what am I going to get in the future and all that sort of stuff, like sexually, thinking that my age is 43 coming up 44 and I've never had anyone and all the rest of it. And then they time a zilch van. Right, so I'm soaking wet in sunshine because obviously it's a very hot day, considering it's supposed to be raining and cloudy. I've just been checking the photos I took in the church earlier. Even though it's hazy sunshine in the time period I was in the church, it does seem that the picture, or one of the pictures, has come out good enough for me to keep. So it's good in that sense, but I'll keep you updated on the rest of the day. My bird's tweeting, total loony, Justin's being shot down. Now it's stopped. I'm a little short fucking tempered today, so they better stop timing these fucking black and blue cars and sick and whatever else, because I'm getting a little bit pissed off about it now. They've just packed in the fucking road. They've forced me down here now. I choked to fuck by catalyst, and then there's about 50 more fucking cars, and then a bird tweets paedophile child molester just. and I'm being choked by a fucking catalyst. A van that looks like it's like ripping your fucking head off, like literally wheeling off your head with string, ripping it fucking off in that sort of way. Picture on a van. Black and fucking blue car, Somerset Waste Partnership. But more black and blue fucking sick, blue sick, you're that fucking grey or whatever. An Abri van, ABRI, and then twisted razor wire van. And it's got like a picture of razor wire on it. Nothing too menacing, but just normal razor wire picture. But you know, it's not a good suggestion, it's all sharp, isn't it? Knife shaped or whatever. Right, they timed me up the age van. Usually they time grannies for you after it, but they haven't today. Oh, fucking beat his fucking head off, fucking child molester said by someone in a dust cart coming out of a side road. Right, school children saying the same in the field. Rough types of school children this is. About 14, 15. Well, actually, they look older. Oh yeah, it's alright. Yeah, they would be. Yeah, I forgot. Back in my day, you left school when you were 16, not 18. A bit like why they changed the age of tobacco from buying it at 16 to 18, then 21, and then 25. And then alcohol was it used to be anybody per age could buy it, including children in Victorian times. Then they upped it to 12. You had to be 12 years of age to buy alcohol. Then it went to 16, then 18, then 21, and now it's 25. Well, after that, the school children said beat him in, child molesters. And like, I ain't fucking scared of him. That's what they said. Barks, child molester, kill you, Justin. Dog sounds come to a sudden stop. Oh, maybe not. Always turn normal. Yeah, God's got to disguise it. I'm soaking wet in sweat, so I can't exactly be very clever about getting the camera out and trying to push record while the dog's saying this. There's been another 10 voice sounds, basically saying paedophile Justin, child rapist Justin, being beaten to death. Very clear, mind, very clear. I mean, proper voice sounds, which anyone could interpret as being said as a human voice. But there's nothing... yeah, so God's being fucking nasty and very disguisable about it. It all goes normal, you see, as soon as I push record. There's nothing, and now there's a seagull going ha ha ha, obviously. I don't really like littering in the countryside, but God's given me no choice. I just can't access the camera because the bottle's in my pocket. And I've got just a seagull going, knife you dead, and there's nothing left, repeatedly said. Or there's nothing I can do about this, because, you know, the bastards... Fuck's sake. No, it's okay. It's normal. Bird says, you're a paedophile, just. In that way. To the split second I push stop on air, dog barks, knife you dead. Just, and then says, knife you dead. And then says, fuck your, and I won't say the name it said. Seagull says something, and I've forgotten what it is, because I can't keep up writing this down, and it just goes on and on. We can get up to 1,000 voice sounds in one day. It's been worse than that before. When I was living in Bridgewater and West Street, it was just going for a pastime. These voice sounds were relaxed for so many years. So between when I was born in 1981 to 2005, near enough, there was hardly any voice sounds at all. What happened was initially when I first noticed the voice sounds, or seagulls were going oh, ha, ha, oh, while I was being sexually abused as a child, making these sorts of noises. And then at times when I fell over, a seagull would laugh, but I took it as coincidence. Later on in 2003, what else happened? There was the start of some voice sounds, but I took it to be coincidence. But when I was about 5 years of age, I was on the Burnham Beach, I think it was, or some beach, with Uncle Rob. And a seagull made a nasty, vicious hiss above my head, and obviously my Uncle Rob's head, and said, bastard, like that. So, and then obviously 2005 onwards, the voice sounds went into hundreds, thousands a day. I'm being spiteful, telling me to fuck people that raped me as a child, telling me I'm being knife dead, being ripped to fucking pieces, going to the fire of hell, and so on. So obviously Christ has fucking fallen. Knife dead now, just said. Right, I've been put to a stop. I'm literally half, got my clothes half down just to get some fresh air there. Yeah, so I'm not very happy because I'm in an area where I'm at a lookout. There's a couple of vehicles and I couldn't make out what that was on the lorry. It looked like the smashed glass lorry, but it's so far away, like about, from here if you were to look, it's about 2 miles away. maybe 1 3/4. Well, basically the whole area is cloudy, so you've got cloud everywhere, right? But the blue skies and sunshine is deliberately being done in that same fucking way as that Lauren curse. The problem is, I don't want the sunshine yet, but when people rub it in since 2023, when you rub it in with a specific painting, that takes a fucking piss. So there's a person that's been drawn on a painting that looks very similar to myself, with boyish looks. And he's got a notepad or whatever, clipboard in one hand with the pen on the top part of the clipboard. It's a painting, by the way. And then holding a torch in the other hand with a backpack on. Where what happens is this sexy lady who's got like her belly out of the sky, out of the cloud, does a sexual mime, has to go, you know, that sort of, I call it a mime, but that's what I've been told it is. Whether that's the right name for it, I do not know. But it's where she does a sexual pose with her lip. But I don't know 100% whether mime is the right pose, right interpretation. I'm just going by what I've heard, and so I'm using that interpretation. And I've used it before, and I've mentioned it before, but I don't actually know 100% with it, whether that's what it means. So basically, she's doing that. She's got a very sexual face, you know, very sexy, similar looking to this Lauren, and but a lot younger than Lauren, so she's only in her early 20s, this painting. You see that they designed the picture, the painting, so that it looks like it's soft skin, you know, the type that all the men and all the rough people go with, you know, and all the people that tell me they're going to shoot me down or knife me down or saying I'm a child rapist or whatever, you know, they go with that sort as well, so that's why I'm not with anyone that looks like Lauren. Anyway, so she's shining the torch down. Well, not a torch, she's shining, she's got her hand open and it's got like the sun coming out of her hand shined down on this boy, or this bloke that looks like a boy, but also in some ways it looks similar to me as well, so I have to use, you know, that suggestion. But it's cloudy and rainy everywhere else in the painting, but the way the picture is designed, or the way it looks, makes it look like that person wants, that lady is looking to have sex with you. I'm going to put the sun on you, I'm going to curse you with some good luck and give you some good... The battery went flat, but basically she poses as if to say that she's going to give you good sex. So this is a big selling painting. It's been on the internet, and it's been in but at the time it occurred, back in 2015 2016 when I saw it. When I actually saw that painting was actually when I saw the Lauren or whatever it was in Tesco's. But the problem is she's turned against me because she got in a sexual relationship with Mike, because people were twisting her and she thought I was Saven. And obviously initially when she very first knew me, she thought I was Liam, and then she saw my CD and saw that I was looking for someone single, and then she started to sort of try and make the suggestion we single, and smiled and sort of hinted me on basically. But the problem is, I was in situations where I couldn't speak to her, or they were putting rough people in my direction at the time I was speaking to her, and I didn't feel fucking comfortable or safe. And then obviously we had to Saven for it, and nearly every time I've been in there, there's been trouble, or people coming down aisles threatening to smash me in, and that's in the bloody Tesco supermarket. Anyway, later on she turned against me, and obviously she got in a relationship. I don't know if she was actually in a relationship before this, but she wasn't a single mother until later on. So her kids today would probably be about 8-9 years of age, because you know how long ago it was when I last, you know, we're not that old, but you know, 7, 8 or whatever, because it's you know, from when I last saw her. But the thing is that they're ginger hair kids, by the way, so but it doesn't matter what they are. I just wanted to mention it's too late, and she doesn't like me now. If I see her in the street, she looks at me like I'm a sick piece of shit. And the boyfriend that she's with, called Mike, has actually threatened to smash my fucking knock my fucking head off and fucking bash me in. He's a builder or scaffolding worker. So that's that when it comes to that. Even though that's through, they have released a postcard of this painting, popular in all the local shops in Somerset. But the problem is, when I saw it in the shops, I didn't buy the postcard because I didn't take much notice of it. It was only when I went to Yandles in Martock on a bus trip there. And by the way, I get a lot of trouble in Martock. People think I'm Savannah, threatened to kill me, threatened to smash me in, to knife me to the fucking floor. Considering it's only a village place, it's a fucking rough place, I tell you. But anyway, I saw the picture, I thought nothing of it. I thought, oh, I remember that picture, I've seen it on the internet. And I thought, oh yeah, it's sort of... But it didn't click until I was walking to the bus stop, which is 10 minutes later, and I thought to myself, hang on a minute. that's got a picture of the sun coming out of a look-alike to Lauren's hand. And then I sort of remembered the picture that I saw on the internet, but I didn't download it off the internet. So I thought to myself at the time, oh well, I know what I do, I get it off the internet, it's as simple as that, I'm bound to find that picture, I've seen it on there before. So I didn't buy it, and I thought I've got to get the last bus or I'm going to miss it. So I couldn't get on the bus several times after that because it was packed and it was hot sunny weather. So I had to wait for a while before I went back to Martock. And then I, obviously because I couldn't find it on the internet, and then obviously when I went back to Martock it wasn't there and it wasn't selling. So on another occasion I wasn't allowed to record it because obviously the issue, I get in trouble or whatever, and you know, and I was trying to speak to the lady to find out, and she reckons that she did give me the name of the person that painted the painting. It's an abstract painting, and she said it's quite a well-known painting, and saying that the you know, whatever that name was, because I lost the name, I don't know who it is now. So I went back in there again later on, back in the beginning of 2024, to find out that information again. But she didn't know this time, and it's the same lady I spoke to. She just couldn't remember what she said the previous time. So I just left it there. So I had another scout on the internet and started looking around in shops when I went visiting places, and when I stayed at my dad's, I went into like the card shops in the time period of February to March or whatever it was when I was staying at my dad's, because I was getting extremely ill from intense burning. I was in my room for 10 minutes and I was just burning up so bad that I literally almost collapsed. And it sort of feels like your head's being crushed in, your face is burning red raw, it feels like cat claw scratch marks all over the body. I nearly lost my life, to be fair, and it still doesn't stop now, but the problem is there's nowhere I can go, there's nowhere I can move to. Home Finder, which is Somerset County Council's bidding register, which you bid on to move, even if you're on gold banding, the problem is they're selecting types of places that you can go to, and because you're a single man and not in a sexual relationship with a woman, or not a working man in a sexual relationship with a woman, you're not prioritised as much. And also the people on the higher banding, like gold banding, they're being given to single mothers at the top, single mothers under the age of 25. So teenage single parents are priority out of every single person that they got on that Home Finder. And I've been told this as well. So, you know, including an old granny that needs a place without stairs, you know, a single mother that's a teenager has higher priority than that as well. And also has higher priority than a homeless person that's not working. So if someone's on the street and they're not working, a single mother, teenage single mother, has a higher priority than that as well. A person that's homeless on the street can only get up to, well, they get gold banding, but when they put it on the bandings, they don't do it through first bidder anymore. They look at the circumstances and the length of time that you've been on there. But going back to when I was living at my old place in Bridgewater, it was done first bidder, first goes. But there was a bit of disagreements about all that, so they changed all that because people were bidding and it was unfair for the other people that were on the same banding. But you didn't have as many people on the gold banding as you do today. You're looking at 127th position I've been in before now on gold banding. And obviously when they're offering these places, they're only offering the slum types of places, the really roughneck type places, or the built up areas. And they've got other ones in there, like the nice, they offer other ones, but you're not prioritising. You can't click the ones that you're not prioritised for. And every week, or at the moment, seems to be my old place in Bridgewater, or the area around there, which they keep advertising, or it seems to be the built up areas in Taunton, big blocks of flats in the town centre, or what used to be the roughest of estates back in the early 2000s in Taunton that they're offering. And it's all built up in areas where all the sort of roughneck, sort of nasty people are, which is making it very difficult for me to choose, because I know that when I'm going to move, I'm going to be put in an area where it's going to be rough, and I've got to prepare for it. I've got no choice in the matter but to face that. There's nothing I can do about it, because there's no other way you can do it unless you rent privately. But the problem is, if I rent privately, because I have no girlfriend, no one that drives, no friends, and family members, that you know, I've only got several family members, and there's only one family member that drives, and you know, take that away, if you know, just supposing he passes away and I pay for a private place to rent and I get kicked out, I'm fucked, because I won't have help, there'll be nobody to help me or anything like that. So this is another thing you've got to look at. I mean, with other people it might be okay, but for me it's not going to be like that because I don't have any friends like everybody else. And I've been stopped from getting sex all my life, and the fact that we're going to get all these setups as well and all these other problems, which the government are going to keep on doing until they rip me to fucking pieces, until they send me fucking insane, until I end up committing suicide. That's what they're trying to do, trying to rip me to pieces on sexuality, and they're not going to stop it. It's like the setups I mentioned today. I mean, it's not the worstest setups today, but if you look at yesterday and the day before, but every time I've reached the road today, mind, it's just as nasty. So yeah, it's not been a good day, but because I've been mostly in country areas and pathways, I haven't had that problem as such. But most days when I go out, the government has stepped up all this action, and if it's not being caused by the government, then the Creator's got a cold fucking heart. The Creator God, a cold fucking heart, I tell you that. The other thing I wanted to mention is you've got to be over the age of a certain age, I think it's 55, to go to a place where it's a little bit more settled. And to get a bungalow you need to be on emergency banding or that age of 55 plus. Otherwise you can only move into these slum types of places. Because I'm a single person, and because I'm not in a relationship with a sexual partner who's very sexy, and I don't have it, or you're not a single parent or whatever, they just treat you like you're a thug off the street and put you in your own fucking place and leave you for fucking dead basically, or leave you for break-ins and fucking knife attacks and being smashed in and threats and all the rest of it. So obviously if they did do that in the future and I did move and things kicked off, I tell you now, there'd be a lot of graffiti, there'd be a lot of crime. I'd just go fucking wild. I'd literally lose it. I'd fucking lose it. Because obviously when I've never had sex all my life and I'm being treated as a sick cunt, then you've got to take into account everywhere I go I'm being mistaken as Savenne. So there's going to be trouble there as well. So the council don't think of that. Last week there was only 2 properties that I was prioritised for. And those 2 places was one in Bridgewater, and I can't remember where the other one was, but it's a built up block of flats in the middle of a town that's rough. And this week it's much the same, it's similar again. There's a few more this week, but again, there's always places which are where trouble's going to occur if you move there. But I've got no choice, because eventually I will have to move out of there, and I've got to keep bidding. I mean, I don't like it where I am, but you know, wherever I go, there's going to be problems. So, but at the moment, it's, you know, I've had it all my life, ever since I've lived on my own. The neighbours where I live at the moment are Shannon Green, Peter Ritchie, Hayden Mills, Clayton Jeffrey, Tanya Smith, and Morgan Webb, Kirsty Holmes, Sam Gottsell, and the previous neighbours that have been evicted are Jake Baker, Reece Trevelyan, and Matthew Honeysett, but he goes by the name Jewel rather than Honeysett. And also there's Rebecca Mead. So that's the people that live at Thorn House in Eastville and Yeovil. But obviously those ones have been evicted. But there's also some new people moving in, which is not a good sign, because the other day some bearded chap was mistaking me as Savenne, saying he's moving into Thorn House and that he's going to fucking smash me in when he gets in there, and claiming I'm a child rapist and all the rest of it. And believe it or not, at the time that was said, I had no idea that there was going to be a new neighbour move in, and it's already on YouTube. I found out just one day after I put it on YouTube that there is a new neighbour that's got a beard that's moving in, or might be moving in, so all good, isn't it? Always is. I've just had to change direction on the path because there's some rough people that are getting angry in my direction. When it comes to neighbours, at my place, there's not actually a neighbour that likes me. Obviously everyone pretends to like each other because it's the right thing to do when you're in the same environment, so you've got to be polite and do things like that. So yes, in some ways it's good that that happens, but when night time comes usually, or whatever, I'm experiencing burning, which is intense, but there's nothing I can do about it. I just have to hope that I don't die. I have been in hospital, I've been rushed into A&E, going back just over a month ago because of it, and it's still not stopping, but there's nothing I can do about it. I just got to sit there and take it. And if I die, I can't do nothing about it, because the people at the hospital say it's caused by schizophrenia, and said the only way to tell if this burning is going to stop is to give you the highest maximum dosage of medication, preferably through injections, which will kill me, because I had just half the amount to the full amount that you can possibly have, when I was living at my old place and I collapsed. But the problem is, when I collapsed, 2 enemies were walking in my direction, threatening to smash me out, and I collapsed after, and they started laughing before turning serious, and as they turned serious, they went to walk back and saying to fucking smash me in, thinking I was Sven, and I was on the floor because I was having like not a panic attack, it's hard to explain what I had, but I was on the floor, and I started getting weak parts and sort of all that. The other thing is it's making me sit there thinking, turning me into a zombie basically. So I started dribbling, and I thought, this is dangerous, I can't take it in this dosage, so I literally stopped taking it completely. I thought, this is dangerous. And then obviously the doctor got very fucking nasty about it. So I mentioned that there was 1 threat in 1 month, and he was a bit moany about it. So I was sort of mentioning, whatever it was at that time. And then obviously he said, well, 1 threat is better than it used to be, but saying, but don't you think you better up the medication again? I thought, no. So I left it at that. Once I moved to Thorn House in Yeovil, as far as medication was concerned, the doctors finally found out a lot of the stuff I was saying was true, and they started to become a little bit more friendly towards me. So it wasn't long before I moved, but it was there. Now there's people in my direction and busy traffic, so I can't say what I want to say. Right, so being Mr. Zippy, I'm going to try and get my say now. So I've lost where I am. I've never gone this way before, but my plans are kind of fucked up, to be fair. One, it's been sunny, and the other is there's just lots and lots of people about. Well, basically, what happened before I moved is the social worker, support worker, saying that when they moved me to Thorn House, the thing that they need to concentrate on is, obviously, they say they need to stop. They say they agree with me. They said the doctor needs to stop digging at you about your medication, because medication's not going to help you find anyone or a sex partner and change your life. But moving to Yeovil, they thought, we were shocked when you moved to Burnham-on-Sea, and the 8 years you were there, and things just got worse and worse. And then obviously when I moved to Yeovil, they thought the time's going to change where things are going to get better there. More people my way. Right, so right, so if I can get my say, if I can, that is. I don't know if I can. Right, the first few months I was at Yeovil, there wasn't any problems, and the staff was sort of half and half with me. They'd never been right with me. After that, after the first 2 months, I was still sort of half connected to the old people I knew in Bridgewater, and I only just managed to get it in before it started to worsen. And that is the staff were making remarks, paedophile remarks, as I passed, or sicko. And then obviously at the beginning of or late December or January 2021 into 2022, the staff started to change, started to give back medication, saying this and saying that, and started to basically turn against me. And then obviously at that stage, there was a stage when Matty was kicking off violently, being threatened to be knife smashed in and all the rest of it, and where the threats went on persistently and aggressively, persistently. And obviously when I was in the office at one point, one of the staff workers said, I can't give a name because I don't want to cause trouble because I'm still there, but said, yes, you're right, Matty, you're right in what you say. And I said, to be honest, I couldn't care a fuck if you had him in a fight. And I had to sit there, and I was standing there, I was feeling guilty like anything, but I had to put up with what was said, because obviously at that time they didn't know me well, and they thought in actual fact some of the workers thought I was Sven, even though I provided identification when I moved there. Anyway, so time went through, and obviously these things threats got worse and worse, and it just got worse, and just persistent flow right till now. But it wasn't until December 2022 that the banging in sequence to threats started to occur persistently. Right, yeah. This path is excessively busy. I've just been dribbling bow whistled up. All mud dust has just blown into my fucking eye. I just wanted to mention something else. I've just checked my other camera, because I wanted to do a recording of the sun, and it looks like the SD card decided to mess up. So that means I've lost the pictures that I'd taken earlier in the church, if that's the case. So luckily I have another SD card on me, so obviously I had to put that in, and I did a quick documentary explaining the sun when I was in that like overgrowth area, and explaining at the time, you know, it's near enough 2 o'clock or whatever, so I just had to redo it. When I put the other SD card in the thing, I mean, it might show up, it just says SD card blocked, but it's not on block mode, which means that it could mean one or two things. One, it's there's a problem with it and you've lost your photos you've taken and your footage, and the other is you might be able to retrieve it and it might be an error that is passable through. It depends on the SD card. Sometimes you can lose all your data this way, and then you can't get it back either when the car fucks up. And sometimes you get inverted Chinese writing symbols as well, and when it does that, it does it on the USB sticks. I lost somewhere between 30 and 50 tracks that I took off records because of the Orange MTech USB 16GB sticks I bought in Curry's years ago, in 2008 onwards area. Orange 16GB MTech USB sticks, that's what I was trying to say. Actually, to tell the truth, by some staff that have worked at that place where I am, they've actually told me that yes, it is sick if there's age gaps, more than a specific age gap. And obviously you think to yourself, and you know, they told me you're in your 40s now, they're saying you are supposed to look at older women, and you are supposed to look at a woman that's been in a relationship, a divorced woman or a widowed woman, but they don't take into account that I shouldn't be offered a stale piece of shit, someone twice as ugly as people that sexually abused me as a child, and twice as old as people that sexually raped me as a child, and twice the age when Jesus had sex with a child as well, and also older than the age Jesus Christ when he was the age he was when he was crucified. So I'm being told all this, yet I've done nothing in my life. I'm being treated as a sick cunt. I'm being stabbed in the back, and with action as well, and threats. All together, it's starting to take its toll. Right, so I'm being choked out by a catalytic converter. The vinegary smelling exhaust that smells like rubbing 2 stainless steel knives against garden cress, because about 100 times stronger, because the government is setting up the traffic, or the creators wanting to cause as much trouble and put as much trouble in my path as possibly can be caused. It's already busy as fucking anything. Yeah, my life's been fixed, it's been constructively fixed. So whether it's a creator doing it or whether it's a government, I do not know. But they're timing cars. I'm about to pass a car in about 70 foot. It's going to start as I pass. There we are. And also that van's going to start before I pass. Over there, ready for the door? I'm ready for the next door. Ready for it being started. Right, I had to cut the recording because someone walked into me. There was 4 started cars, by the way, just before I passed that person. Right, a nose blowing at me. You know, God cursed me. You're gone, Sven, you're a fucking screwball, said by a woman walking past 2 old women. Not old, but actually a woman that walked past looked like Stephanie, actually, but it's not Stephanie, as she's taller and doesn't have the smooth attraction as Stephanie is, not as fat build as Stephanie. Right, there's a load of animal voice sounds, but someone has just passed me, a rough type person with a girlfriend, saying, I don't want to have to put it like that, but you would get known as a sad, sick cunt if you don't go with that type now. Right, so there's been about another 50 plus animal voice sounds, anything from telling me I'm sick, to being knife dead, to going to the fire of hell, to accusing me of raping girls or women with names that I've never sexually abused, but have been accused of raping or molesting. Dog barks, child molester. Right, threats. Fucking pedo, fucking smash him in, said. Sicko, smash him in, fucking veg, said. By her people digging the drain up to do something. When I get in the shop, veg said, spit talk lands in my hair, sorry, by Granny. Spit talking over me. Close says, paedophile Justin. Fuck, and I can't say what the other word is. But unfortunately, since I push record, the animal sounds have come to normal sounds again. Right, I've been cursed with a bird just repeating dangerous paedophile, fucking sick cunt just. Wow, didn't expect to see him, weirdo, Saven said. Well, my name's not Saven, but that's what's been said. Bird saying you're a mental case, beat you up, fucking pervert, fucking rip you to pieces, you name it. Now they turn normal again, don't they, when you push record? Well, I can't do nothing about it. God's gonna disguise it, there's nothing I can fucking do. Right, if I can get my fucking say about the creator God fucking up this recording, I will, won't I? Right, so you know I'm mistaken as Saven all the fucking time and threatened to be smashed in, fucking knife to the fucking floor, beaten, head fucking kicked around like a rugby ball, nailed a fucking child, beat a fucking child rapist, woman beater, woman rapist or whatever. Where there's some, there's a tree that's got some graffiti on it in black paint, and it says, I can't remember the exact term of what it says, but it says that they're greeting Saven. He's a newcomer basically, whether it's in the village or whether it's in the woodland, I don't know, but the problem is I walk on that near that woodland on a regular basis, and that's just going to cause fucking hell to drop loose. Right, sitting down and having a rest is not an option because I've been fucking bitten by ticks. That's every single day this week. I've had to remove these fucking ticks that are biting into my body. This is the first time ever that I've walked in this direction. I've walked in the other direction, but actually in this direction I'm going now, apart from one time on a sunny day when there was a flood, I've never walked back in this direction. And there's been a black and fucking blue time, reversing vehicles at me, and whatever else. Right, I'm in a little bit of a mood now, so I told the chap to hurry up with his conversation in the shop. So there's like black sick cars, sick white, yellow sick white, black and sick white, black and blue white, sick whatever. Choked by catalytic converter stench, go into the shop, fart smell, strong fart smell. Then that person doesn't move as I waiting to get served, and spit talk flies from the granny into my eye, and like sort of spit. Accidental. I couldn't tell, moan about it. Nothing I can do about it because it's accidental. But yeah, I told him in the end after I was there for a few minutes, being choked out by fart smell, to can I have that please, and I managed to get served. So that's that. Walking out, choked by catalyst, drain covers it over unusual setups. Bird is tweeting that you're a sicko because you fancy paedophile attraction in an adult. But black sexual car, the light on, Bamford van, penis shoots up some motorbike, an outbreak of fucking traffic, black and blue sick, yeah Christ, go on, fucking give it some, you evil bastard. I hammer the fuck out of a drain cover to the exact fucking second I go across it, Christ. Yeah, drain, down the fucking drain, Christ. You fucking evil bastard. Pissing down with rain, so they're deliberately setting up, they're increasing the setup, so I'll tell you what, grey fucking sexual, alright Christ, timed you cunt. What is sex around plural to sex? Yeah, I understand Christ, white and grey sexual car, you bastard. A grey sexual car with light on. You screwed up fucking nasty fucking vicious fucking tear apart. God's going fucking loony on me. Fucking seagull saying fucking sick as fuck, breaking in. Many things hit, drain covers hit, Rexall van, sexual white. Grey light on, drains it over, grey sexual, you fucking name it. I can't keep up, and when I'm on the bus I might not be able to talk about this stuff because I might be busy. Incidentally, the bus is late, but they're doing it on purpose. They know it's raining and they want to try and get me wet. They want to stop me getting a say so they can step up their fucking stupid action to tear me to pieces. They do it all the time. If there's a storm or it's raining heavy, they suddenly step up this action, they get nasty about it, and when it's torrential rain, they're timing vehicles like not worrying about other cars being there, because they know you can't get your camera out because it would get drenched, so they're just time fucking sick cunt jumper down in your direction, knife you down, literally with that wording on it, ripping you to fucking pieces, I mean 2 fucking pieces, all that sort of stuff, not just the ripping you to pieces, the actual swearing as well, it all comes out. It does it when it knows I can't get the evidence, or when it can put 2 vehicles together to collide to pass the writing on the van to stop me photographing it, or to time rough people in my direction to stop me photographing it. Red sick sexual car. Right, the bus is late. Haha, perfect, Justin. Right, I'm going in this direction now. I'm buying a knife and I'm gonna smash the fucking workers that fucking started on me. That's what they want. They want to fucking stir trouble. Alright, I'll go back to where those workers are, Christ. And I'll get a knife out and I'll smash it right in their fucking face into where. Bash me with a fucking hammer, you fucking cruelty cunt, Christ! 10 minutes late. Yeah, it's hit over, train. Train's fucking hit over. My life's down that train. You make it fucking clear, Christ. I'll snap your arms and legs off. You fucking coarse bastard. You're supposed to take the punishment for this, Christ. You cruelty cunt. Yeah, it's a black and fucking blue, you nasty fucking work. Bus is packed, forced to the front of me, guys. I was sitting in front of someone. And obviously there's a flu on the bus as well. Like I said, the crate is absolutely fucking crooked. So I sit next to Flu, obviously. Sexual conflict on stand. He's dressed in Spencer. Sneezes, sick, white, dangerous, people breaking, said HIV. Legs got said. Yellow sexual car. Shannon van, same as the spelling of my neighbour Shannon. Mediquet van and towing van, lorry. So today just a nasty, just needs a nasty chap said. And then sound calls made. Release up, so bicycle only. God's making it fucking clear that you put that fucking point that other person's phone about your fucking head and get radiation poison. God's making that clear. You fucking do that. Right, that's the second time I've had to move on the bus because obviously the God needs to pause that fucking sneeze in my fucking face or sneeze over me. Cruelty bastard, sexual slaughter, fucking tear apart. Right, the creator God starts screwing up big time, so I pause and move to the front of the bus. So the phone call need to like that fucking phone in my ear, sex phone, so someone else's sex phone in my ear. So I've been forced to the front of the bus. You fucking take your fucking punishment, a capital fucking punishment. The creator God, that cruelty little bastard wants me off this bus for some reason. So-called grey blue central, Branston lorry, red, grey, F name van, believe it or not. Vest lorry, jail looking, Frontier van, G&H. Ringers lorry, R&M van, Nicole's lorry, Grab lorry and Abri vans. So they're obviously God wants to tell me what to be sexually slaughtered and fucking teared to pieces. As we fucking twist and bite into the penis. We're packing the bus again. It's a sick time, red sexual time. White blue is the first setup. Right, create God's fucking fallen, I tell you. Sexual slaughter bastard. Right, so sex time, grey time, white time, black sexual time. Sick white, black white, cough, wet coughing. Spit from the wet cough last on my face. Red sick. Can't read it. Yeah, my mind a bit screwed up. I read it properly because I can't think straight because I'm trying to watch things going on while reading out the paper at the same time and I'm really scribbly writing. Right, so I've got a phone ringing again. Time to execute radiation. Right, this is in brief because I can't fucking bother to write it down. Black white, really high up for bike only rely on circle rings again. Bonus mobile, grey white sneezes, white sexual card, middle finger stuck up at me, black and blue, black and blue, black and fucking blue, sexual white, sexual, black and blue, right, perfect fit, blinds, red, white. Right, so the creator God wants to go ballistic on me, fucking absolutely ballistic, choked by catalyst, black and fucking blue, alright, come on, black and blue, Christ, knife me to the fucking floor, black and blue, sick, Christ, sexual, fucking sexual, you crap cruelty cunt. Right, sick, black and fucking blue, Christ, fucking sick, Christ. You screwed that fucking bastard. Penis goes high up, very, very high, Christ. My bike. Right, next thing, gas out, Christ, catalyst. You cold fucking crass cunt. Right, pink car. Gas, Christ, fucking gas, penis up, bike. More bike. Serco jail looking van. More motorbikes to erections. Right, just wanted to mention, since I've been home, it's a continuation of what was going on before I left earlier. So it's all bad, the whole lot. Anything from boys' hands to bikes to erections, to wanking and coming to go into the toilet, to threats, to everything else.